Hello, my name is Wade Nummer, and this is Rotary Serving Our Community. With me today I have Steve Guile from the Rotary Club of Cayucos Seaside. Welcome, Steve.
Thank you for having me.
And thanks for coming, by the way.
I appreciate it.
Tell us a little bit about yourself, your history, your background.
Well, when I was young,
Starting with when you were young?
in the 60s, I was a musician, and I was in a musical show called Up With People for 3 years, where I met my wife.
Wow.
And after that, we really sat down one day and decided to start our own business, and we created Guile Enterprises, which is a 5-company corporation, and we are retired from it, and our sons work there.
What kind of business is that, by the way?
Well, there were 5 different skill sets. We had distribution. We have a distribution company.
Okay.
We actually manufacture a product. We have a contract janitorial and security guard companies, and then we have a high-tech security company with access control, surveillance cameras, et cetera.
Got it. Now, how did you end up settling into Cayucos? It's not very...
By accident, actually. We weren't looking to move there, and our sons kept saying, go look at Cayucos, go look at Cayucos. Finally, I asked them why. I mean, they like to surf. And so we went over, and we found a house there and retired there full-time because my wife's health just cleared up so much because of the air. And
Oh, good.
it was just unbelievable difference. Yeah.
And where did you come from?
Fresno. Came from Fresno, 37 years in the Valley.
Got it. Okay, good. Now, tell us a little bit about your Rotary experience. What got you into Rotary?
Oh, gosh. A friend of mine who was a judge in Fresno took me to a meeting there in the late 80s, early 90s. And from there, of course, I was invited, and I loved every minute of it. I was in charge of the youth exchange program for 4 years at the Fresno Club. And that was one of the greatest experiences of my life. It was wonderful.
Now,
It's hard on my wife, but it was wonderful.
That would be true. Unfortunately, we don't do a lot of exchange here in our district, so
no.
but you probably missed that.
I really do. Yes, I do.
Okay.
I do miss that. But Cayucos has no high school, and it's small.
Oh, I didn't know
quiet.
that.
Right.
No high school there.
No, Cambria and Morro Bay is where our graduates go to high school. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. So as far as Rotary, then you started. You said back in the late '80s, early '90s.
Yeah, right there, right around
Fresno.
1990. Yeah.
Okay. Did you take a little break then between moving from Fresno to Cayucos, or did you jump right in?
Well, actually, it was the first week I was here. It was the July 4th week, and this guy was walking by who looked familiar, and I yelled his name, and that's who it was. And Dick Moore was a member of the club in Fresno, and said, "You're going with me Thursday to the Rotary Club," and I was in.
I did not know that. So both of you came from the same area then?
Yeah, same area, same club.
Amazing.
Yeah,
And
that was great.
Tell us a little bit about the size of your club. How large is it?
Right now we have 27 members, so we have grown significantly in the last 12 months. Good. We went from about 15, 16 up to 27.
Wow, that is substantial. Good size.
Yeah.
And I know you guys are a very active club. See you guys everywhere.
It is. We have a great group of people who are absolutely dedicated to the principles of Rotary, and one of our parts of our mission statement is about our volunteerism. Oh. And they absolutely live up to that.
Sounds good. And you meet at a school, right?
We meet at Cayucos Elementary School in the cafeteria, and they even cook for us for breakfast in the morning.
Nice.
And we have a great time there, and 7 to 8 o'clock, and have great meetings, and we have a lot of fun.
Yeah, I've enjoyed it. Visited your club a few times, and I'm trying to figure out who adopted who, whether you adopted the school or they adopted you. So it seems fairly mutual. Yeah. It's a good group.
It is mutual. The school has always been the primary focus of our club since the beginning. Mm-hmm. We've expanded with the amount, it's like anything. If you can raise enough money, you can do more.
Right.
And we've been able to really create some fundraising opportunities. And so the school's still our primary focus. But we have another school now that's also a primary focus, which is Rancho El Chorro Outdoor School.
Good. Yeah. Now, since you jumped into that one, you came here, we wanted to talk about this Rancho El Chorro. It's an outdoor environmental camp, correct?
That's correct. It's environmental literacy that they teach.
Environmental literacy, is that?
Yeah, it's they teach the flora, the fauna. Okay. They teach marine biology from dissection standpoint of squids. Wow. But they also have a little a building separately for marine life that they have there for the kids to touch and hands-on. but they also take them to the tidal pools and teach them. The school focuses on the Central Coast environment, and they start with first grade on up to high school.
Wow.
So over 10,000 students a year go through the outdoor school.
Great. And where is it located at?
Wow, good question. It is right between Morro Bay
Okay.
and San Luis Obispo on Highway 1,
Okay.
right across from Cuesta Community College.
Okay.
So it's across the street about 1.5 miles up in the hills.
Okay.
And their classrooms are tree stumps under big oak trees. I mean, it is literally an outdoor school.
Great, great. Well, let's jump into some of the pictures. The first picture we have shows a sign. Now, I understand that that's actually a rendered sign, correct?
Yeah, that's a
Future look?
yeah, that's what we're looking for.
Okay,
That's correct.
very good. And that's the entranceway, basically what it looks like of the camp itself.
That's correct. That's
Nice, nice.
yeah, real nice.
It is very nice. And next picture you have is a picture of looks like an outdoor amphitheater area.
That's the old one.
That's the old one?
That's
Okay.
correct. And the 3 clubs from San Luis Obispo, so the Monday Club,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll probably get all these names wrong, but the
We'll
Tolosa and
Okay. De Tolosa, okay.
yeah, and I forget.
Daybreak?
Yes, look at that. Yeah,
No problem.
and
I'll help
Daybreak.
you out with that one out.
Those 3 clubs donated about $60,000 between labor and materials, not to fix it up, but to rebuild it completely.
Wow.
So the amphitheater is all new now, and it's called the Rotary Amphitheater.
Nice.
And the 3 clubs have their names on that
Now, I
amphitheater.
noticed also in that picture you have some barracks in the background. Were those
Oh,
actually
That's correct.
changed, or are they still there?
Those
as
are
barracks?
old military barracks that
They
were
are.
given to the school 40, 50 years ago.
Wow.
And the focus of the project started out to replace these.
Okay.
Because they need to be replaced.
Right.
And we were doing that. We are doing that with yurts.
Okay.
So that's been exciting. That's how it got started. But once we focused on their need, which was that, we did tours of the campus and saw other needs.
Okay.
And once those were identified, then we created a website and we started sending out requests to other Rotary clubs to join the project, and we've had an incredible response.
Very good.
Response.
Very good.
Yeah.
So the next picture we have is a picture. It looks like you're getting ready to pour a footing or do flooring for something.
Yeah, we were demoing. That's their demo.
Okay,
Your
it's a
next
demo day. Okay.
really 3, 4 pictures are different aspects.
Okay.
And of course, I'm supervising in one of them. Yeah.
Looks like you're doing quite well at it. And so the next picture you have of actually doing the flooring, that's coming off, not going
That's correct.
on, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, so this is kind of the condition of the old barracks themselves.
That's correct, yeah.
Okay, next picture we have is next to a fire pit. That would be...
The fire pits were removed and replaced,
Okay.
rebuilt.
Okay.
And then, of course, we rebuilt the whole thing, but we also made it about 50% bigger.
Oh,
So the amphitheater, there's the stage area is about 50% bigger, and then we also put some doorways to go behind. There's an area where they can change clothes, costumes, whatever's going on,
Gotcha.
which they didn't have before.
nice. Oh, very nice.
Yeah. We also put in a new sound system for outdoors, and that was donated from the club in Atascadero.
Okay.
And the Cayucas Club, and then the installation was donated.
Wow.
Also by Coastal Homeworks. So even though Coastal Homeworks was not in Rotary, it's a person who's gives back through community service also.
Okay,
Great young man.
great, great. So the next picture we have is a picture of somebody guarding the materials, it looks like here.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that would
working
be
hard.
you.
That was me working hard.
Yeah, I
That's right.
see nobody stole anything though, so you did
No,
your job.
that's right. That was from our security company, as you can see. Very
I
successful.
can see that. Very good. Looks like you got a position in life right there.
My favorite position.
Okay, good. Now, next picture we have is looks like a group on stage.
That is the group of the ribbon cutting for the 3 Rotary clubs.
Okay, so that is the
Yeah.
new stage then. You're talking
That's
about
right.
with the
Yeah.
with the screen in the
That's
back.
correct.
Very
That's
nice.
correct. And you can see at the next one, the Rotary Amphitheater sign is on it at the
Got
top.
it. Okay.
Yeah.
Volunteers for the ribbon cutting, were most of those actual workers there?
Oh, yes.
That came
Oh, yeah.
back, or-
Oh, yeah. We had a great response. I have to tell you that those 3 clubs were amazing. The amount of labor it took,
Yeah.
and the amount of funds it took. All 3 got together. They also provided all the engineering and structural, everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, those 3 clubs are very strong clubs, as you say, and they definitely have a pretty substantial footprint in San Luis
Yes, they do.
Obispo.
Yeah.
Next picture we have is a picture of a crate, it looks like, some materials you're shipping in here.
That crate has the first yurt in it.
Oh, okay.
So there's a yurt underneath, but we're putting in the slabs.
Okay.
They're round slabs, and we have all the conduit coming up for plumbing and electrical.
Got it. So we are going to see what a yurt actually is.
That's correct.
Where'd the name come from, by the way? Do you have any idea?
Yeah, of course. It's a mobile home, basically, but from the nomadic Mongolia.
Okay.
And that's what they're called in Mongolia, is yurts. And they would pick them up and move as the food source moved. They just followed it, and as the weather changed. So they're really quite economical, number one, and then they're very mobile.
Okay.
So the wood is fabulous, as you'll see.
Okay.
So in 15, 20 years, maybe 25, you replace the skin, but you won't have to replace the structure.
Oh, the structure stuff holds up.
Yeah.
Okay. Next picture we have is somebody here, looks like they're caulking something down, is that correct?
Yep, I'm just hard at work. I'm just hard at work.
That's
yeah.
you, huh?
Yeah.
So they took your bed away, put you to work.
That's right.
Very good. And what is that piece that you're actually working on? What's that going to go to? Do you remember?
If you look at the slab, you'll see there's a piece of wood that goes all the way around.
Yeah, okay. Oh, so that's part of that.
And we had to put that so we could attach
Got it.
the yurt fencing, which you'll see later on to that.
Okay. So the next picture actually is of the yurt fencing going up.
Yep, and
Okay.
it's an accordion style. It's small,
Oh,
and it
okay.
just stretches out and stretches out as you go around, and then you attach it, as you can see down on that piece of wood we installed.
Got it. So the next picture shows actually of that being stretched out into position around a door.
Yep.
That is impressive. Now, where did the construction of this come from? The design and...
Oregon. It's interesting. One of our Rotary clubs who's sponsoring this is from Cottage Grove, Oregon.
Okay.
And we found them because the person who owns the yurt company happens to be Rotarian
Okay.
in Cottage Grove.
Okay.
And so they were extremely helpful in giving us a much lower price because it was a Rotary project. Sure. We saved a few $1,000s on each one because we put 4 up at a time. And, so to the north, Cottage Grove, Oregon is our partner in the north.
Got it.
To the south, it's Compostela, Mexico. We're actually an international project.
Wow.
Santa Ana was one of the first clubs to come on board to do the architecture. This all came about when I was at the PETS, President-elect training.
Okay.
And I was so inspired by a Rotarian up in the Northwest who did the food bank. And he spoke at that PETS, and I mean, it was so inspirational. And so I had this idea about this, and I happened to run it by the President-elect of Santa Ana. And she was an architect. And the first thing she said is, I want to be a part of this. And so her husband is also an architect, and the two came up to Cayucas, and we went out there, and they did all the design, they did all the work for free, donated their time, and it just kept snowballing as people said this is a great project for Rotary.
It's amazing how Rotary works, isn't it?
It's amazing.
It is.
It's
you have
amazing.
a vision, and the next thing you know, it's done.
Yeah.
Great. The next picture we have is a picture actually of the doorway, looks like.
Yeah, that's kind of a little out of order, but the door
Slightly out of order.
goes up first because you attach one side and then work your way
That
around.
makes sense to stretch out the wall.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's part of the prefab system of that of the unit itself. Okay, the next picture shows the door in place and some of the I guess rafters going up on top there.
Yep.
Again, is that prefab? Is that?
No, you got to put one at a time up there. That was a lot more difficult.
I was wondering
the first
about
one,
that.
yeah.
Okay.
Here's what we learned. The first one took us 4 days to put up. The second one took us 3 days to put up. The third one took us 2 days to put up. And the fourth one, once we had it down pretty good, took us about a day and a half.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. They're not difficult, but the first one is a learning curve.
Sure, it is. It is. It's like putting a puzzle together.
Sure.
Once you've
And
done it a
it
few
is,
times. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, are those rafters actually pre-drilled or pre-cut or anything like that, or do you have to custom those?
They notch them.
They notch them.
So those
So
are
they do
notched.
fit.
Oh yeah, they fit, and it's pretty interesting the way they do it. Yeah.
Okay, so the next picture is you actually fitting them in up on top then.
Yes,
Take a
that's
good
when you're
review there.
finishing and getting everything aligned before you put the skin up.
Gotcha.
You start with the roof.
Okay, and so the next picture actually has the skin going on.
Yep.
So you have half of it. Does it come as one sheet or is it?
It's all one.
All one?
Yeah.
Okay. Makes it pretty quick then.
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Yes, it does.
But it takes some hands to get that up there, then I see.
Uh-huh.
Looks like just one person pulling this one stretch tight, but I'm sure you got a few people there.
Yeah, well, they're working in different places too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, is the center stay open, that center round hole? Is that remains
Well, there's
open?
it later on they put a dome over it,
Okay.
which is you can open.
Kind of
to
cap
get
over then.
which draws the air and keeps it kind of cool inside.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then this picture here we have is of it finishing out. It looks like a window element in there also, right?
Correct. Yeah. There's actually 4 windows,
4 windows.
so you can open those up to get a breeze through,
Okay, got it.
because it can get warm.
Okay, perfect. And then the next picture we have is somebody here getting ready to, probably
Yeah.
getting ready to put that cap on that
That's
you're talking
correct.
about.
That's correct.
Okay. Wow.
He's just
very nice.
finishing off with the top.
Okay.
And then you'll see, I think, in the next
Then
one.
the next
you
picture
see
here
the-
actually
you can
shows
see
the dome on.
Yeah,
Okay. Then in the next picture, we actually have the sides going on.
that's correct.
And I see the window actually, is that screened or is that glass?
Yeah, yeah. No, it's glass.
It's glass?
It's glass.
Okay.
Yep,
And so the internal frame remains the same, so you could always accordion it back,
that's right.
make it portable.
Yeah,
Interesting. Well, that's a wild design.
yeah. It's very well thought out.
It is. Next picture we have looks like a finished product. 6 of you there that put it
Yeah,
together?
yeah, on that day. There's actually a couple more that couldn't be out there at the end,
Okay.
so we had people coming in and out helping.
Okay.
But these were pretty much there every day.
Okay,
That
so you figured
6.
about 6-man crews
Six-
enough to
6
put
days.
those up?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
It
good.
helps if you got somebody 6'5".
It does. Now, did you have somebody 6'5"?
Yes, we did.
It wasn't you.
No, I wish.
Just checking.
Yeah.
Didn't know if you shrunk a little bit in your age there over the last year, but good for you. Very good.
Yeah.
Now, the team that you have in this picture, are they mostly Rotarians? Or
And
they...
with the big group?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, that is a little bit of everything. That's our club members. It's also a couple of members from Morro Bay, Los Osos, which are clubs that also work.
Right, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Boy, you included everybody then. That whole.
And the second from the left is
Mm-hmm.
the superintendent of County Office of Education for the whole
Okay.
county.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they're involved with that also,
Yeah,
helping you
well,
out.
and Dr. Brescia is also a Rotarian
Oh.
in Paso Robles.
Paso Robles.
Yeah.
Paso Robles. That's another club then.
That's correct.
Sounds like you're up to about 8 or 9 clubs right
13.
now.
We're up to 13 now.
13 clubs
Yeah.
working on this one.
Yeah.
Outstanding. Mostly
And
from
more are
that-
coming on.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
That includes the club from up north and the Santa Ana club too then?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Good, good.
Yeah. And that's, let's see, you also got Los Osos, Morro Bay,
Don't forget anybody because they're going to be watching
Paso
this.
Robles. Oh, yeah. The 3 there.
Okay, good.
And we've got one that's considering right now in Myanmar,
Oh, nice.
formerly Burma.
Right.
It's a club that formed in 1929 and will have its first female president July 1. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Amazing.
yeah.
Yeah, it does take a little while for change some
Yes,
places
it
around
does.
the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next picture he has a picture, actually looks like the village complete there.
That's it. There's the 4. And how we build the villages, you got 4 of them.
Mm-hmm.
The one up on this particular one on the right, far right, also has bathrooms in it.
Oh,
Because the school at
gotcha.
this point when we started, only had 1 bathroom, community, and you had to walk all the way down. When you got kids in the 2nd, 3rd grade,
Yeah.
it's a problem, let me tell you.
Yeah,
And when the kids
yeah,
are staying all night, because some kids stay for a week, you wake up in the middle of the night, you got to go down a gravel road, and it's a little spooky.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
you are outside.
Yeah.
It's an outdoor school.
Now,
so.
do they have lighting or anything in there, or is it all flashlight?
No, they all have lighting and everything.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
How about the walkways, things like that? A little bit less.
I haven't been there at night.
Oh,
So
okay.
I'm sure they've got something, but, just as a kid,
Sure.
it's
Exactly.
pretty difficult, yeah.
Good, good. Next picture we have is, looks like one of the units. We've got the Rotary
Yep.
sign on the door there. And
Those are members of the Rotary Club of Compostela, Mexico.
oh, okay.
And they came up and to see it, and it's our club and their club's name is on that door.
Oh, very nice.
And I'm telling you, it's one of the greatest group of people. I just love them. They're wonderful people.
They are,
Yeah.
they are wonderful people.
Their focus up in Compostela is on disabled children and things for their health and things. So
Very, very nice.
we try to partner with them when we can also.
Good, good.
Yeah.
So we have a picture right now showing the door actually itself. So that's
Yep.
the door with the signs
Yep.
on that one. Each building actually sponsored by somebody? Do you
Yes.
Put,
So
each door will have a plaque on
yes,
it.
we will have plaques on every bench.
Okay.
And we will have anything somebody does, we want to put their name on it. It's very important.
Very good.
And so, you know, it's an unusual situation. Rotary throughout this country just gives unbelievably
Yeah.
to other clubs, projects around the world.
True.
And so this is kind of unusual because we're doing, it's not a global through Rotary International project, but it is international because of who is now helping with this.
Yeah.
And I think part of that is because they focus on things that Rotary focuses on. So like the four-way test, now at my age, remember the old Burma shave signs along the highway?
Yeah,
You
I
know,
do actually.
they would do, you'd say this.
Hate
and
to
then,
say, but it's
yeah,
been a while.
I know.
You
Well,
really rattled my memory.
we
on
took
that
the
one.
four-way test and we've made signs for the kids when they walk along the trail. The four-way test, first you'll see, is it the truth? You walk a little further.
Yeah.
Is it fair to all concerned? Anyway,
Nice.
so what they've done is they've incorporated the ethics training through the four-way test.
Okay.
And they also do peace building through conflict resolution.
Okay.
And so we're tying that sponsorship into what Rotary is
Okay.
all about.
Okay.
And when you've got kids young, right through high school, you're really instilling those ethical behaviors and
True.
the important qualities that they need to have to be successful in life.
That's good.
It's been great. It's been a
Okay.
great project, and the kids have a great time. And they do the four-way test and things at night around the campfires.
Okay.
And they talk about those things.
Now, the staffing of the faculty, is that actually by the school faculty or is it also by volunteer adults? Do you know?
You know, I'm not sure, but it's controlled through the County Office of Education. So,
So my guess is they don't often spend the night there. Most of them, because you said the younger, as you get older, sixth grade camps, I would
no,
say.
but the
yes.
others, yeah. The
Yeah,
older
okay.
the kids get, the more they stay there. But it's really up to the schools that bring
That
their
makes sense,
kids.
too. Now,
And no child is left behind. See, so the schools pay for the kids that go there.
Mm-hmm.
And if a student can't afford it, there are scholarships that there's a fund that the County Office of Education has for them. So no child is left behind in that regard.
got it. Now, the schools that come in, are they mostly from San Luis Obispo, or are they included
Well,
from other areas?
all the schools in San Luis Obispo use it, but also from the valley, over in the San Joaquin Valley,
Joaquin Valley?
Monterey County,
Wow.
and now even some from southern,
Yeah.
because there was an outdoor school down in I think either Orange County or LA County that closed. So it's available
Oh,
to
so they're
them
coming
also.
up there
So
also then.
anybody,
Wow.
any school can use it.
Now, I remember my grandson actually went there. He's from Carpinteria, so they
Yeah.
were up there for that
Yeah.
also.
Yeah, and we get them from Kern. You know, there's
Outstanding. That's a
so
great.
nobody's turned away, and you can if you want, you can have a family reunion there. But it's that's when the kids aren't there,
Right,
For
sure,
some reason,
for sure.
But it's busy all year round.
Okay. Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good. Now, I recall there's actually a lake there too, a very small.
Yeah,
lake,
there's a
right?
small lake,
Okay.
big pond.
A big pond.
But, yeah, they have a lake, and they study life in the ponds and,
Okay.
and all around it. The snakes. They also have a raptor
Okay.
home.
Okay.
And that's one of those things they would like to have totally replaced. And I was out there the other day. It needs to be taken to the ground and rebuilt into a state-of-the-art raptor center.
Nice.
But
Oh,
they
that
have
would be
a
nice.
vulture, they have a big red-tailed hawk, and they have an owl.
Okay.
And each one has been wounded in different ways, and so they take care of them, and it's really an incredible place.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, question would be, how did you get involved with the camp? I mean, did they reach out to Rotary?
Well,
or is it something you saw?
no. What happened was I was at Pets, and actually go back before Pets. It was my year. I was president-elect, and as every president-elect says, I want to come up with a project. And I was out speaking with the superintendent and told him I'm looking for a project. And he said, why don't I take you back to Rancho El Chorro and show you something? Because we have a real need. And I went back and toured the grounds. It's 247 acres, by the way. This is
wow.
huge.
That is big.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's huge. And he showed me the cabins, and my question to him was, what do you need? And he said, well, we'd like to replace the cabins. And that's how it started. And then I started thinking about, well, you know, if we do that, how about if we make this a Rotary outdoor school in the sense of bringing in the ethical training for kids, because they have great challenges today with the things that impact their lives,
right.
And not in necessarily a positive way. You know, they're so media driven,
Sure.
and parents can't control it all the time what they're listening to. They can try, but let's face it, it's difficult. So this was a way, in my opinion, was let's reinforce ethical behavior in kids. We've got them, they're coming here, and it was like a trade-off. And he said, absolutely, we will do that if you want to do that. And then I took that idea down to pets, and the response I got from everybody.
Yeah, outstanding.
It was just amazing.
That is good. Seeing a niche, as you say, you know, going from education and just the day-to-day for these students to all of a sudden be outdoors, where you and I, of course, we were kind of brought up that way, but
yes, we were,
sharing the outdoors,
Yeah.
which kind of disappears. So
It's about a 5-year project. I knew it was going to be a long project just because when you start off, you're small. It's Cayucas, and then we got, you know, Morro Bay, you know, you got Santa Ana, you got the ones that are closest to you.
Yeah.
And then I just kind of took it on the road and would give a presentation if I could be a speaker at a meeting. And you know, so we're still growing. We're in our middle of our 2nd year.
Okay.
So we know we've got another, you know, 2.5 years to go, 3.5 years to go. And on the other hand, we may never stop. I mean, at that point, there's always something. And if this is something that the Rotary clubs want to continue to do, great project for the states, quite frankly.
It's actually a great project overall, Steve.
Yeah.
We sure appreciate the time and effort you put into this one, and thanks for sharing the project.
Well, it's been my
Outstanding
pleasure.
project. And again, bringing back those things and values that we had and in Rotary is something outstanding.
Sure. Appreciate it.
With that, everybody, thank you very much for joining us. Take a look at the park itself, the camps. There may be one in your neighborhood. Make that difference. Try and do what we can, and Rotary is there to help each and every one of you. Thank you, and we will see you next time.